Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Advanced Wars Days of Ruin Tiny Wars replay. Spawn on the south side as the green Hawke. We've got SylerSK. Spawn on the north side as the purple Cassie. We got Jim Lahey. Either way, let's take a look at the COs. Both of these are technically custom COs. Got standard boarding costs for Cassie, 2 radius, 30, 60, 60. Sustained expansion zone, just a little bit smaller radius. She provides plus 20% offense, plus 10% defense, and additionally, double promotions. For her superpower, provides of course that global, double promotions, and also all units get immediately Veterancy 1. So they get immediately Veterancy 1, or 1 level promotion, should say. And if they make a kill during that turn, they'll get immediately up to max vet. Also, maybe a good idea to deploy your units first in your factories before you pop the power, so they get to a 1 level promotion. I think that's actually been a mistake that most players always forget. They always go build the units last, of course, like a normal player, but in this case, you should build your units first. Hawke is, of course, a custom CO in Days of Ruin. Standard boarding cost, 2 radius, has a much larger CO energy bar and, of course, expansion. Has 3 level expansion at 30, 70, 120. So later's level 2, well, existing level 3, max energy is 120. Is a all-in CO zone, gets plus 1% offense, plus 10% defense, takes the Days of Ruin default plus 10, adds Hawke's day-to-day from previous games of plus 10 firepower. That's how it sort of melts together. He of course gets a black wave at 50 energy, which is reduced compared to other CO powers, which is at 60. Which also applies plus 10, 20%, and plus 10% global. Applies plus 1 healing and minus 1 damage. And Black Storm at 100 energy. Provides plus 2 health and minus 2 health, but do know as well, 100 energy when it has max charge of 120. So you can overcharge your power charge, which means you get a bit of a holdover left over if you somehow go for the full 100 energy. Generally think since the base energy cost is 50 versus 100, it may be generally better just either to pop powers from the superpowers since you get access to plus 20% and plus 10% defense global more often, but you can still hold over that leftover charge still either way. Either way, let's get started. There's one thing about the CO power doubles: if it triples the rank of some of the heavier CO power. Sorry, I'm trying to think. I'm having trouble reading right now. It's one thing if the CO power doubles, if not triples the rank damage, some of the heavier CO power. I don't think that does anything improves doubles the effects of the promotion, but just doubles the promotion received. It's slightly different. Of course, this map is a double base map with a airport, so probably going to be seeing a healthy number of battlecopters. These small roads, but it's a little bit windy path. And this map does offer a little bit extra income to start out with, so you've seen some bikes a little bit earlier. Or then again, that's just more nature of 2 base maps, never mind. My mind just melted today. I had to jump forward of his bikes there. He could actually go straight for the column tower, get that procured nice and early. And possibly maybe I'll jump over here. Let's see, to give incentive to strike, first strike with the CO power before building. Yep. We do have him, now he's going straight for column tower there, he will be able to secure it. He can contest this column tower there. He has gone for a recon into tank, while Cassie does have tank here. CO's the tank there, and pushing down south for the winter. Decides to just sort of hold a little bit short next to this city there. Will be captured next turn. Another tank down south, which will help him win down here. Got now a tank there. There's double promotion there. You can see the double bar, which does not mean captain or lieutenant. Anti-tank infantry. An early anti-tank, that's interesting. It would take a bit of time to get over here, especially with the wastelands. It will move incredibly slowly through the wasteland. It is wheeled. So then again, it has a different wheel type. Just give me a moment. Let me just double check. Yep, anti-tanks do take 3 tires. I think anti-tanks have a like tire B for movement rather than just tires. So there's like a little A and B with some different units there. Does take out Hawke's command tank immediately. Battlecopter infantry. So got the first battlecopter in the field. Couple hits there, getting some good hits across the front line. Of course, Hawke does have a comm tower. Nobody has this comm tower there, so he has plus 5% attack and defense bonus globally. He thinks so, making his way down south. And now we've got some good amount of efficiency here. Max vet tank. Another anti-tank up north. Looks like Cass is really eyeing for the anti-tank, which is quite unusual. You usually don't see an anti-tank by turn 9, let alone 2 anti-tanks. Battlecopter. I think, well, this is a 2-base map, and anti-tank's a bit more vulnerable to infantry and other machine gun fire, so this may make it a bit more difficult to counter with a lack of infantry production since it's 2-base. I think there's a new units. Bike runs on tire B, and the veteran units, rockets, run on tire A. So veteran units get a different move type? I did not know about that. Let's see. I'm just going to take a quick look. This is tire B. And oh, veteran says rockets run on tire A. But yet the anti-tanks do run on tire B. Sorry, I am having a hard time reading today. I am completely brain fried. It's been a day. Battlecopter infantry. Anti-tank slowly creeps its way forward. Merge there. Infantry unit or bike there just existing next to the anti-tank. Maybe trying to be a bit of bait. Anti-air tank. And does get in the range of this anti-tank there. That was not worth it. Now there's multiple tanks in range of the anti-tank. That is not a good idea in my opinion. We do have now this command tank here. It is out of range with 6 energy charge. Known units throughout the series like rockets. Oh, got it. Not like high quality veteran, but veteran as in from previous games. Got it. Mine still melted though. Because I was also thinking like veteran units as in veteran seat in the game. Too many overlapping turns. Cassie's command tank does get a good strike there. She's at 57 energy, so next turn she could get her power and or superpower. That's the same thing in this game. Oh, she could give her units plus 1 veteran seat global, which could be very nice for the anti-tanks. Does receive a shot there from the pike. And Cassie's command tank does take a shot there. This tank needs to get away. It didn't get away, so that means she will pop her superpower next turn. Strike down the anti-tank, which is probably cost effective. The anti-tanks cost 11, tanks cost 7. And does get the superpower popped, gaining in all of these units additional level of efficiency. Very nice. As well as globally 1 extra level of veterancy per kill. Pulls back some of these units there. See the max of that tank now. And did it go ahead and go late deployment there? It's not giving veterancy on these 2 units. It's... Wait, is it... Wait a second. I'm stupid, am I? Okay, it says +1 promotion immediately to all units, not to unweighted units. I was wondering, is it just weighted or all units or unweighted? Reminds me, we do have now eventually one on the Duster up here, which can help him hunt down some battle copters. We've got an ATR here. Medium tank. Oh, Cass's command tank. I think it, yep, merged there. We'll lose a max of that tank, but keeping the command tank on the front line is probably a good idea. Though 6 energy is nothing too significant. Maybe she could have just deleted it and try to reload it next turn. Maybe reload it down over the right side. Now we got Hawke loading stuff into a medium tank now. Battlecopter, ATR, infantry. Duster decides not to charge forward and engage the battlecopter in range of ATR, which is probably a very good idea. As long as the battlecopter's near the ATR, so they can be a bit more aggressive. Strikes the anti-tank there, and there. To be fair, unloaded units with that rank is actually good because the extra defense. Good, yeah, that's probably a good idea. But I was talking about like, unweighted units. Of course, they still have to be a max out veterancy, right? Wait. Really stupid question. Can T-Copters and APCs or rigs get even veterancy from Cass's superpower? Am I stupid if wondering if that's even possible? And I'm assuming they get they have to be at max up to be to get any effects because they don't get any inherent defense. Ugh, my mind's still melted today. Good strike there on the battlecopter. Cassie makes some good ways. Yes, okay. Just had to be sure because they can't fight. They can't normally get veterancy. Well, you have to get 3 ranks of 3 superpowers of Cass. In order to get them to get used to the defense. The effects of veterancy. Blah, I can't speak. Anti-air does go down, takes another anti-air there. So there's one health anti-air in the field for green, so this battle Duster can strike this other one quite nicely. You can also vet non-combat units by COing them. True. Doesn't mean you should. Though I actually seen a Wayland game where you load himself into a T-Copter in emergency and actually work. Battlecopter, infantry, artillery. Hawke did go for a decent amount of medium tanks to build. He has 3 medium tanks, I just realized that. He even takes a shot because the battlecopter with the medium tank there did decently well. That battlecopter is taking a beating. Right now, 34 energy. It gets +1 CO zone. Duster can at least get. Yeah, building that battlecopter is a bad idea, wasn't it? I suppose if the Duster does engage the battlecopter, it can retaliate, but still, probably not a good idea to build a battlecopter this turn with the Duster in range. It's already got paid for itself, so it can lose itself to some degree. Snowwind, I'm assuming you're talking about, with a T-Copter. She is effectively the Paratrooper CO, so that could actually be a fun combination. Where you just paradrop in a mech, then next turn load the mech into the T-Copter, and just start pushing her mechs like that. Yeah, she may actually be pretty good of a T-Copter. Duster does finish off that unit there. Now we got a max vet Duster. Battlecopter, medium tank, and base skip. Hawke right now has 45 energy. Next turn, he can pull out a black wave, which will be quite nice. Also, his unit is slightly wounded. Did go for a rocket last turn. I'm not a big fan of rockets generally. And looks like Hawke does in turn of 114, now 105 versus 117, so they're pretty even value on the field as well. Tank does strike there. Looks like she's trying to pick off the Hawke's battle medium tank there. Does take out his command medium tank. Duster may need to fall back to the airport and get refueled. Though it may not be a bad idea to go for rig and deploy out T airport. Temporary airport's always quite useful. Just takes a bit of time to pull on the field. And looks like Cassie's command tank will go down as well, so both of them lose their seal unit. We may see, he could load himself up to this tank over here, decides not to. Battlecopter tank 8 here, could load himself any of these, or maybe move the rocket on top of the HQ and load up there, but the rocket does take a pretty good nasty hit there. Wasn't paying too close attention to its positioning, well, didn't he? Medium tank does go down, takes the anti-air as well. Battlecopter strikes the medium tank strikes medium tanks. I think Cass starting to steamroll a little bit. 119 versus 62, yeah, Hawke has lost quite a bit. And I think letting the tank get a free shot in the rocket was really not good. Definitely should not have moved the tank that far forward. Rocket gets a strike there, hits the tank, and not finish off the tank. Oops, stuck in the airport. Command anti-air takes out the rocket. Duster strikes the battlecopter. Duster's down to 12 fuel with no battle rig nearby. Looks like the Duster is on a one-way trip. Also almost out of ammo as well, so this Duster is almost out of fuel and ammo. This is maybe one of the better Dusters I've seen in a long time. We have a missile here, so willing to sack the Duster there. However, it would base lock this base. Probably better actually the rocket to strike the battlecopter, since the Duster is going to crash and burn relatively soon. But it hits the resign button instead. This is Anchor saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.